Anyways, yeah, let's try this again. It is Sunday. The YouTube app is acting up, and here we go again. Let's try this for like the second or third time. Anyways, I have to restart with the what I had to say. Reparation bill for California went through, and glad glad I don't live in California because that bill is so ridiculous. It looks like it's gonna go downhill for California. Um, finished Dragon Age Inquisition. I played all of them actually. I had to replay 1 and 2 and Inquisition so I could see what I'm getting myself into for Inquisition. Finished it. The story for for Inquisition is basically there's a new character in the game, like the main character in the game. He goes to the past to fix whatever is going on, what happened in 1 and 2, and fix all the stuff that's been going on. Like the second game was like what it was like. It ends off where the second game happened. Like the second game, there's like a tear in the sky because this one guy that's in your group basically tries to destroy the whole area because he didn't like what was going on, and then after that he's been gone for a long time. They're trying to figure out where he was. He becomes a demon for Inquisition. He's like the new head bad guy. He's like the main character, that the main bad guy that's like going after you in the new Inquisition. It takes back from well, basically he's like in the future, in the beginning, and you don't know what's going on. But he goes back to the past to find the guy that went back into the past to fix all the issues, and it's confusing at some points because like he doesn't know where he's at, doesn't know who he is, and the main character because he forgets everything, and he wasn't even from the past; he's from the future, going to the past to save everybody, and this one guy that's in the group is actually a bad guy in disguise. Like he's the one that planned it because he was the one that went to the future and had got the hand the guy whatever it was that he had the plan to go do what he had the bad guy had to do, and he noticed that the guy from the future was in the same area that he was in, and he's trying to play it up like he's trying to like make sure why he's in the like past, like interrupting his plans. And you don't notice it till like certain parts in the game, like he's getting all weird and crap. He's missing in action like once in a while. So you're like, so you think he's the good guy till like you notice like his patterns in the game, like he's acting all weird. And then the final act, like he disappears, and they're trying to find him, and it kind of find out he was like the bad, like he was like the head bad guy, like through the whole thing. And didn't notice. It was like a stupid twist in the game, but it was fun. The story was fun. The side quest was fun. The the leak came out like right after I was playing it, like after I was playing it, got done playing it. I figured it was going to be another game coming out because how the ending went with the twist, and you get to fight the guy from like Inquisition, and it's I think that's a cool idea. But the thing I don't like about it is they didn't tell if it's going to be they're going to go in the future and go after this guy or go in the past to go after this guy because there's like the mirror. There was a mirror at the end that could take you to the future, the past, and the present. The present. Ugh. My allergies are killing me, so I'm sounding like crap. Um, so that's how they ended it. Like they showed the mirror that you can go through areas through time and through rifts of time and see what you can see what's out there in the game. Thought that was a cool idea, cool concept. But the thing is, how they ended it was on the game was kind of stupid. Anyways, Double Dragon is coming out with a new game. Don't know don't know if when it's coming out. They're just saying it's coming out like near the end of summer. That's all I know. So whatever. But the gameplay is like a beat 'em up mixed with RPG. They're trying to make it like River City Ransom meets Scout Pilgrim meets Double Dragon. And it's like, yeah, I like the idea, but will it work? Um, yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, the 8-bit Dog controller is coming out. It kind of looks cool, but it's they need to do one with Xbox, like a wireless controller for Xbox, because the companies that make their company controllers like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, their controllers are made so cheaply, and it sometimes they don't work. With 8-bit Do controllers, they work better than ever. Like they work a lot better. They're more responsive than the controllers that you get for like Xbox, like from straight from the original company. I could say I speak highly on 8-bit Do controllers because I have one for the Switch and for Bluetooth, and it's so good to use. Um, I used it for PC. Oh yeah, I also used it for PC, and it was a good combination. It saves you tons of money on buying like something. If you have a Nintendo Switch, it's a lot cheaper buying an 8-bit dough than buying $60 on a Pro controller that the default the the, the, the D-pad is faulty and on the Pro controller, and the buttons are kind of like crap, kind of like cheaply made from Nintendo doing it, selling it. So that's why I recommend if you're doing a pro, if you want to play with like a pro style controller, get like a 8-bit Do Switch controller because that's better. It saves you time, saves you everything, and you don't have to worry about paying $60 for a controller that you don't know if it's gonna work or not. And the good thing about the 8-bit Do, it has motion control on it, so you're basically saving a lot more than what you're putting in. Oh, my eyes are itching because the allergies are killing me. Um, yeah, in the Diablo 4 game, I was shocked. Like I thought it was gonna be like mobile Diablo mobile or Diablo 3 where it was like terrible and the setup was so terrible in Diablo 3. I thought it was going to be like Diablo 3. But Blizzard actually did a good thing, smart idea, and did away with like the Diablo 3 style and made it in the online aspect to it. It's basically a World of Warcraft style of Diablo, basically for 4. I like the aspect of it. The negativity I have with it is with like if you're working together on Diablo 4 and you need gear, the gear is like I would say the 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 loot style it's good in some way. It depends on the character you're looking for, the thing you're looking for your character. It's kind of mixed. Like I tried Druid for the trial for the weekend trial thing, and I liked the character, the build of the character. It's like the Druid is like a tank mage basically, and it's actually a cool thing that they did it. They changed it up to like a tank mage instead of like doing like Diablo 2 DLC, becoming like another summoner type character. It's he's he uses his shapeshifter powers, and he tanks the in the group. He's basically he makes sure like all the other characters don't get killed, and he has the druid has a lot more. He's a lot better than the barbarian, basically. The only thing good about the barbarian is he can carry more than just 2 weapons now, and he's more about strength and health than he was like in like the like the 2 games that he was in. Um, Necromancer is a summoner class, no longer a mixed tank slash support class. I didn't try Rogue yet. Because what I saw what it involves with for Rogue, I was like, eh. Didn't play Necromancer, but I've been seeing people playing it, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cool. That's it's not a tank slash anymore, like a tank slash support class anymore. It's just a summoning support and DPS class now. Never tried the other two, the barbarian and all the other ones, because I was like, yeah, I just want to try it out, see if it's worth buying. Here's the thing I have against this game. It's when you start off, like the storyline in the beginning. You're confused because you're in a cult area, like a cult ranch and like a cult commune in the game when you first start off, because you're like trying to find like warm place to hang out, and then after you start that, you go and help out the cult commune to kill whatever it was, and then come back with whatever it was again, and it was like the stupid beginning, but as the game progressed, it got really more fun. But the beginning what threw me off. I was like, really, what's this the situation? Because it's not in Tristram anymore. They stopped doing the old school like here's Tristram. We're going back and forth with Tristram. No, they went to a whole new area. It's kind of crap on what they thought of the idea of it, but at least it's not terrible what they did with it. Um, I thought it was gonna be terrible for the what they were doing with the game, because what their plans on it before it came out, they were gonna make it into like we're gonna do like a pay to play style like Final Fantasy and stuff. But I'm like, I don't want it to be like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy Online kind of after 14 it kind of sucked ass. Not gonna lie. Like Final Fantasy lost their way. Like everybody's like, "Oh, Final Fantasy 16's good," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's not really that good." I've seen the gameplay. It just reminds me of like Kingdom Hearts, whatever the other game that came out like for the DS. That's all it kind of reminds me of, like that. I'm like, let's make it like Final Fantasy again instead of like copy paste from other games. I want to see Dragonborn again. They need to bring back Dragonborn. That game was fun for Square Enix. From Square Enix, that game, Dragonborn was like the hack and slash. It was like Dragon Age with hack and slash style gameplay, and you had a dragon as like a mount that like destroys crap and like it's like your support like character in the game, and the the what they're making now for games, it's like, it's nothing like what I used to play back in the day. Like the last game I played that was Final Fantasy was like 15, and that was terrible. They cut out a lot of stuff in the game that didn't make sense. Like, and then they made Royal and to fix all that issues with all the missing content. I didn't have no interested anymore in that game. Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, gaming this year is like, I I I actually like it for Game Pass wise, but anything else, I wouldn't spend like $70 on a game that you don't know if it's gonna be worth getting. I'm glad that Xbox did like like a weekend tryout to see if you want Diablo 4 or not, because it gave me a reason why I want to if I want to buy it or not. And it the thing about Diablo 4 is like it got me a reason to buy it. At least it didn't pull a 4 where no, I mean didn't pull a Diablo 3 where like the servers didn't work half the time, and like you had to buy the DLC to get the rest of the game, and it was like, ugh, nah, done with that crap. Done with the buying DLC just to get extra characters and stuff like that. It gets really stupid. I hope Dragon Age Direwolf is like good, because I am not spending money on crap games again. And then, oh yeah, I heard about the ban on the Battlefield 20, whatever it was. Yeah, like I was laughing when I heard that. Like they were banning people on there just by the swearing and the funny meme videos that they do on there. They said nope, no more. EA was like we're gonna stop this because people they need their safe spaces and stuff. I'm like, come on, EA, really? I don't mind. I like your games, but you sometimes pull stupid ideas. And what was going on was people were getting banned over videos like funny videos or somebody picking on somebody and their little feelings got hurt, and that's why they're banning people. And it's like you like your fan base is not gonna buy your games ever again for doing that, right? You just made Battlefield into like the worst game, like what Microsoft did with Halo. Because Halo was another game that it became a worse game. Like it was like the wokeness of Microsoft, and now Microsoft paying the price for what they did. Um, what's another one there? Oh yeah, and then GTA 5 was like became a joke afterwards with the trans jokes and stuff like that. Oh, we can't do that anymore. You'll get banned for making trans jokes to people. I'm like, but yet you allow people to hack into your games and do stupid crap. But if somebody made a joke or swore on the game or said something, you would ban them. You are the double standards of Rockstar. And then when I saw the leak for GTA 6, when somebody leaked the game, I was like, I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna look like Saints Row reboot, the 20 whatever you call it reboot of Saints Row, because it like the stuff that they're doing with the new Saints Row, it wasn't funny. What they have the names now for it, they cut all the funny things out of it that made GTA less like made what made GTA funny, and then seeing the main characters and stuff for the new GTA game, I was like, just you just made Grand Theft Auto less fun. I don't care, cause I know like in the next few years, like Rockstar is gonna go downhill anyways, cause they basically crapped off on their fans when they didn't even care about Red Dead when they didn't work on Red Dead because they were hoping that the fans were hoping that they were gonna do more for Red Dead, and all they did was like two DLCs and and they were supposed to do a taxidermist update and it never did, and they changed it to the Cat Vitelli DLC, and that ended up being a joke and a half. Yeah, it's gonna be a weird week, but whatever. With gaming, it the thing what I have against with like the politics and gaming and everything else is there's no middle ground lately with everything. And then top that is like everything else that makes gaming like less fun. It's what I have against gaming nowadays is with like let's see here. Let me go with I'm trying to figure out a game. I'm trying to think of a game that actually I used to like, don't like anymore. Oh yeah, Call of Duty. Call of Duty used to be like the fun game. And then they were like, let's change it up. Let's make it like a free to play game. And I'm like, yeah, but you gotta buy the game in order to play the free to play game. But you only could play two game modes. But if you bought the game, you get to play every other game mode. And it's like, and you're wondering how much it's $70. And it's like, really, I don't want to spend $70 just to play all the game modes and then look like an ass. Done playing Call of Duty. Done after that. And then what was it? Another one that I actually laughed about was when they were like, well, everybody's like, well, the fans, like the hardcore fans of those games, were like, oh, that's so good. It's like, no, that's like PlayStation fanboys saying that that's better than Xbox and PC, and I'm eh. like PlayStation. Don't get me wrong, all PlayStation systems were better. We're good. We're good. They were fun to play with. But when it came to like the 4 and the 5, that's when it went downhill. Like they 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 were hardcore about censorship on certain games. I'm like, no, PlayStation, you made me hate playing your games because Nintendo and Xbox are not censorship happy like what PlayStation did. And now, since was Activision and Blizzard was gonna go be a part of Xbox, they had to be a little bitch about it because they were afraid they're not gonna get Call of Duty. Microsoft put in a thing saying that they were gonna give them a thing for Call of Duty. They said they were not gonna change it if they bought it because they were gonna give it third party games. And what did they do? They rant and rave, and it made it out to be like they were going to buy out everything and not give a crap about the other companies. But look at Sony, what they did. Sony did a lot more shit back in the day. They pulled a lot of stupid shit. Hell, the was it the Marvel games were Sony only, and now they're realizing that Sony's not doing too well, so they had to get rid of it and sell it to Microsoft. And I'm like, yeah, well, you guys are just so handicapped on everything. And it's sad to see everything going on as it is. Because Sony used to be like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo were like the top-notch companies. They out they actually Sony and Nintendo was the reason why Sega was going so downhill. Cause Sega was the reason why Sega went out their company went out of business for the console business, their own console business. Because they had so many. They didn't have. They used Sonic for everything. And when people see Sonic, they think of a kids game. And they wanted. They told. They told Sega to get like a more mature character for their mascot. You had Fantasy Star, Streets of Rage, Ultra Beast, Golden Axe, and a few others to name off that was part of Sega that could have been the mascots for Sega, but they went and choose Sonic instead. They used to have Alex Kidd as mat the mascot in the 80s and 90s, and then Sonic became so popular, so they went and put Sonic as like the new mascot. So that's why I don't feel sorry for Sega for what they did. And I hear they're coming back. There's rumors saying they're going to come back and do console, but at this point, it doesn't look possible for them because they never did anything new for some of their games. Like people have been begging for like a new Golden Axe or Ultra Beast or any other games that were in their catalog that could go. Even was I forget the name of that game. The other game that they had. It was a beat 'em up game. And it was used to be it was like the company that made Final Fight, the creators that made Final Fight made a game for Sega a while back for the Dreamcast and stuff. And they gave up on the game like after it got super popular. Like there was a second game that wasn't that great. It was good. It was like a Final Fight with a 3D style game. Sega Sega went full tard and gave up on it. And they also did Sega also took letting their IPs out to PlayStation too. With PlayStation was when placed like the early days of PlayStation, Sega shared their IPs, even though they had the Dreamcast at the time. They shared IPs with PlayStation. And when after Dreamcast finally died, that's when they were working with Sega. No, Sega was working with Nintendo and PlayStation at the same time. Then, like years later, they didn't because Nintendo refused to do Phantasy Star Online for their game, their console. They gave it to Xbox, and that was a fun game. Um, yeah, like there's some moments that Sega what they could have done to save their company to being a respectable big company, but they don't care. They don't want to do shit for their company. It's like with PlayStation, they bitch and complain, but they don't do much for their company. They actually the games they put out are like woke and cheap. And they're like, and then people I know the fans are gonna be like, "What about God of War? You know, God of War was good. The first game was good for the remake, but the second game was kind of stupid. I played it. I didn't like it. Kind of stupid. That was like was a Naughty Dog game with The Last of Us too. That was a joke and a half. Like I seen the gameplay and I'm like never bought it because it was a joke. Like they made the first game was better than the second game. All these games that PlayStation did lately are kind of crap. Hate to say it, it's shit. And then now they're making Amazon Prime show of Gran Turismo, even though Gran Turismo didn't have a good game since like PlayStation 3 days. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is like if the gaming industry wants to get better at what they're doing, they need to take out all the woke crap. and start off fresh again. Because it's not gonna. It's all it's gonna do is hurt the console industry, the console and handheld industry. Because these companies don't understand that left leftist politics don't work well with gaming. They've seen it with other games. Like it failed, it flopped so bad. The all these games that Sony put out flopped, and they don't know why. And that's the reason, because it's woke, it's crap. It's not what I wanted. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Um, yeah, enjoy your rest of the weekend. I'm not asleep. My allergies are killing me. My eyes are swollen, so I can't see well. So keep it easy, people. Enjoy your night or day, whatever it is, whatever time it is over your way. Later.